coming from Bay Area, I really enjoyed the food price in Seoul. Hello everyone, this is Ariel, and this is my new buddy. His name is Little Coffee, 小咖啡. Here we are in South Korea. Let me tell you all about Seoul and how I feel about this place as an Asian American. Let's get started. I'm here in Seoul in the first week of October 2024. I rented an Airbnb. It's a 2-bedroom, 1 living room, 1 bathroom. This Airbnb, from the picture, I was expecting it to be pretty big, and somehow I thought I would have like wall-to-wall window. But to be honest, it was a bit disappointing because the room is actually pretty small, and it reminds me of how small my house was back in China. Unlike last year when I visited Seoul, I stayed in a high-rise loft. Even though that loft is smaller than the Airbnb I rented this time, but it felt bigger because it's a loft, so everything is open floor plan and wall-to-wall window, and I get to see the Gangnam River outside of my window. But here, this time, I stay in a truly Seoul residential neighborhood. Building was only 5 floors tall. I was on the 3rd floor, and 2 bedrooms were both pretty small. The first night was a struggle. I tried to calm myself down and accept. I'm kind of like angry at myself. I didn't do enough research of like Google Street View and what's really around. This time the Airbnb is in Mapogu, Seoul. Mapogu is, I think it's a station name. It's 2 stations away from Hongdae, which is my favorite place to visit and shop when I stay in Seoul. Anyway, so I'll stop complaining. I should not start with a video with a complaint, but overall, besides the sides, the Airbnb is still pretty good. It's new construction. The toilet was auto flushing. I really like that. That was the favorite thing I like about the Airbnb. This time, I rented this Airbnb because I really wanted to experience how it feels to live like a local in Seoul. I mean, it's a city, and I'm not used to city life because I live in the suburbs in San Francisco Bay Area. When I describe a city, I mean, it has its goods and bads, right? I just started with the negative. I'll move on to the positive. So on the positive side, I do love the convenience of living in a city, have various or unlimited option of food choice. Also, I'm a food lover. I especially love Korean food. I also love how it's kind of half the price compared to San Francisco Bay Area, but I say that from a point of view of an Asian American who have my permanent home in Bay Area. So coming from Bay Area, I really enjoy the food price in Seoul. I also enjoy all the food choice I have in Seoul. Like everywhere I go, within walking distance, I have so much choice of food I love to eat. In the 2 full days I was in Seoul, there wasn't any wrong pick of any food. Even the first night when I arrived in Seoul, me and Long, we were so tired, we didn't want to go anywhere far from the Airbnb, so we just went downstairs, walked the street, and found this charcoal chicken place. It has charcoal chicken and rice cake, and the rice cake was super chewy and soft. It's actually tasty. The food I had in Seoul, I would say overall it's tastier or more of the liking to my taste buds. That's probably just a personal preference. I like the food in Seoul because I like spicy food, and I like desserts that are not super sweet, and I like the portion is not super big. So that it kind of helps me monitor and control my weight. Third point is I really like the convenience of living in Seoul. I can find a convenience store within 5-minute walk to each other. They all offer so many different drink choices and snack choices. Basically, I just felt like I didn't even need to go to a milk tea store, and I can buy so many good drinks. Those are the top of mind of what I love about Seoul. I went to an international meetup on my 2nd day there. I met 2 Korean girls. They came to the meetup because they wanted to practice English. One of them said that she's going to Australia next year, and she's going to do an occupation where she's going to drive the forklift. And I was like, why? What? It's kind of like different from what you would expect. And she said that there is a YouTuber in Korea and she's famous for doing that. And then she said that driving forklift seems to make a lot of money in Australia, and she really wants to try living abroad, so she's gonna do that. What I have going on in my mind when I hear she's gonna do that is that even though this culture, the culture that I experienced in Seoul, in Korea, seems to like to shape girls into being more quiet or come across as more gentle or obedient, but these girls in their heart, they have wild dreams and very capable, just like all of us. We don't feel there is a boundary to chasing the life we want to live. And that's how I felt as an American. And I thought this culture is more of an American thing, but actually it's not. I love to learn that other culture, they all have people who think this way. And I think it's a very empowering feeling, empowering thoughts. There is other people we met in the meetups. One of them is from Florida, and he went there to teach English. He said he's tired of the US corporate life and he wanted to take a break from that, and he got accepted into teaching English in Korea. He said he also applied to teach English in Japan and Shanghai, China, but Japan, he didn't get accepted, and then for Shanghai, China, they paid too little compared to Seoul, Korea, so he chose Seoul. I think for me, like going to the international meetup, I just felt like it gave me an opportunity to meet different people who have similar interests and mindset like me and Long. Like we wanted to kind of branch out of our normal friend circle in Bay Area who, I mean, in Bay Area, it's kind of natural. Like you always talk about either technology or investments or how to make more money. The pressure is really high. But in the meetup I went to in Seoul, I actually felt really fun and lighthearted because the people I meet there, they all went with the intention to just make friends. I also met this other girl from Scotland, and she said she's just traveling Asia right now, and she lives in various hostels, and she introduced me some. I think it's just different. It's very different from the conversation I would have with my friends back at home in Bay Area. And I think it kind of eases or calms down my anxiety and pressure of trying to always progress or make more money. I've always watched YouTubers online that move to Japan or move to Korea and teach English or just kind of explore and travel and live life. But I never met any of those like-minded people in person. So going to this meetup was actually very helpful for me to realize and visualize and feel involved with the people who actually are thinking like me, who wants to go travel and just live abroad for some years and see how that's like, and allow myself to branch out or deviate from the standard life path that's kind of expected from the general society, which is work, save, make more money, buy luxury goods, buy luxury cars. At least that's the norm in Bay Area. Anyway, I think I diverted too far. In general, I love Seoul. I love food, I love the people, I love the decoration, I love the city feel, and I love the fashion, I love the music, I love the Han River, and I was able to bump into the fireworks show of 2024. That was pretty lucky. Anyway, enjoy Seoul a lot, and that's my rambling of how I feel about Seoul. Next video, I'm going to talk about Jeju Island and why I choose to go there, where it's good to go in Jeju, and how much it costs to live or eat on travel Jeju. Okay, I hope you like this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys. Bye bye.